Welcome back to Movie Explained. The story follows a scientist who discovers a mysterious world while searching for his missing brother. This world is very beautiful, but there are some dangerous things that try to take their lives at every step. Now whether they can come back alive from there or not. In today's story, at the beginning of the story, we are shown a man behind whom a dinosaur is lying, and he is running to save his life. After running away to a place, the ground suddenly slid in front of him. He goes and sees a volcano from below, but he has no other way, so he jumps but falls to his death. Then we see a professor named Trevor, who's a volcanologist at the university. He takes classes at the university, but his entire focus is on reaching the core of the Earth, the center now after class. Trevor arrives at the lab, where a man tells him that the lab is going to be closed in a few days due to lack of funding. In fact, Trevor's brother was Max and this lab was running in his name, but the man says that your brother Max has been missing for 10 years and no one knows where he has gone. But Trevor does not want his brother's lab to be closed and tells him that we are going to get a good result soon and research is going on here, to which he says, whatever the result, the lab will have to be closed due to lack of funds. After this, Trevor reaches his home, where he gets a voice message that Max's Sunshine is staying with him today. It's coming for when the doorbell rings. He goes and opens the door, where Max's wife had reached with her Sunshine. He meets both of them. Then Max's wife says that she is going somewhere, so Shine will stay here for 10 days. After which she also gives Trevor a research box of her husband Max. Trevor comes to the room, and after talking to Scene for a while, he opens his brother's box, in which he finds a favorite book of his brother along with the luggage, and his name is Journey to the Center of the Earth. The writer was Professor Jules, and it was a science fiction book. Now when Trevor opens it, he finds some notes written by his brother, in which 3 places are written. After seeing these notes in Mongolia, Bolivia, and Hawaii, he remembers something and takes Scene to the lab, where he looks at the 3 places on his computer. These are the same places where there are volcanoes, and the weather condition of these 3 places is exactly the same as it was 10 years ago, and his brother Max also suddenly disappeared 10 years ago. Then they see in the computer that apart from these 3 places, there is another place where the weather condition matches with the other 3 places, and this is the place Iceland. Trevor now wants to go to Iceland. He tells Senior Dad Max, and I always talked about the volcanic tubes. It is possible that there are volcanic tubes inside the volcano ways through which we can go to the center of the Earth, and according to this book, there's another world inside the Earth. I think it was 10 years ago. Max, I must have gone to Iceland on this research, and what is written in this book is true. So now I am also going to Iceland. After hearing this, Scene says, I will also go with you. But Trevor does not believe, but on his repeated insistence, he agrees. The two then board a flight to Iceland. On the flight, Trevor was reading the book, and on the page, he sees the name of a man whose name was Professor Cigar Bion. Seeing this, he understands that maybe he will also be a researcher like Max. They first decide to go there. Now after getting off the flight, they take the car and reach the man's house. When they enter the house and knock on the door, they find a girl named Hannah. He says that we have come to meet Cigar Bion, sir. So Hannah says that I am his daughter and years have passed since he died. Then after coming in, when Trevor tells that he has reached here following this book and also tells everything about his brother Max, Hannah says that all these things are just theories which are real. It doesn't mean the world. My father died working on the same theory, and your brother Max was one of those people who believed that the core of meaning could be reached, she said, showing a copy of her father's book. Trevor says, I'm a professor as well as a scientist like my brother, and if I've come this far, I'd like to visit that place once. And I've got signals of volcanic tubes some distance north of here. So Hannah also agrees and says that I'm a mountain. I am the guide and I can take you there, but I will take charge of 1 hour, after which she becomes the guide of these 2 and goes with them looking ahead. The 3 reach a great height while trekking on a big mountain. There Trevor gets a volcano sensor meter. This sensor used to note the reading of the volcano. But as soon as Trevor starts extracting it, there's going to be cold lightning. Hannah understands this and goes inside a mine with Shine. Now Trevor removes the sensor when it's cold out there. The lightning starts and he runs away with it. Henna says throw away the sensor because it is attracting the lightning to its side, so Trevor drops it and jumps inside the mine. But in the meantime, the slope in front of the mine collapses due to the lightning and the way to the mine is completely closed. But they somehow escape inside. We cannot remove the stone. If this path is closed, then the other side will definitely open. Then they move forward and Trevor was at the forefront. But while moving forward, suddenly he is about to fall into a ditch. Then Henna catches him and saves his life. Now there is a big tunnel ahead, to which Henna says that we will have to go down from here anyway. Maybe we will find a way down. As soon as the lights are switched on inside this entire mine, all the things were kept here in such a way that it seemed that all the people had fled from here while digging. Now there were tracks to go inside the mine, and there were also some trolleys on which they could go further. Shoin gets into a trolley, so Henna also brings a handle coaster and attaches it to the trolley. Then the three start moving forward. But as soon as they see it, it starts moving very fast like a roller coaster, so they start screaming and do nothing. Just then, they suddenly see the track damage while moving forward, due to which they start to panic. But Henna starts to increase the speed of the coaster, due to which they jump and move forward as soon as they reach the damaged place. But now their trolley gets separated while moving forward, and it was a new trouble for them. Then Henna sees that her track is going to end further, so she jumps and gets into Trevor's trolley. Now both of them see that the track of this trolley is also about to end. But before that, Henna takes out a rope and throws it into the track. And both of them jump down from the trolley, which saves their lives, while Shoin's track was perfect, so he came to them safely. Now where his trolley crashed, there was another place inside. Then they go in, and they are surprised to see this, because there were a lot of different diamonds in that place. Scene takes some diamonds in his bag. But Trevor understands this and says that we are now inside the same volcano tube from which the volcano erupts, and having a lot of diamonds here means that it is an urban mine and we are all very close to the core of the earth. But they feel that the surface where they are standing is very weak. They understand that they have to go back slowly before the surface breaks, and they try to do the same. But then a diamond falls down from Scene's bag and the surface breaks and they start falling down. They start screaming in panic, and this tube was so deep that it was not ending. After falling down for a long time, they go and fall into a pool of water. Somehow they come out of the water and start talking that they have survived after falling here. But then how will they go up in such a situation? Many shining beautiful birds come flying in front of them. They are shocked because they had never seen such birds. One of them comes and starts playing in front of Shoin, and they just keep looking at him. After this, all those birds start coming out through a tunnel. Then they also start following them. But as soon as they come out, they are completely surprised because there is absolutely one in front of them. It's a new world. Trevor and Henna are convinced that Max and Henna's father was right, that this is the center of the earth, the other world inside one world. And the pictures in Jules' book are exactly the same things here. Trevor says that someone must have come here and told Jules everything, so he wrote the book, that someone has come out of here, and if he can come out, we can also come out. They then move on to where they find a tree house inside of this tree house. After leaving, they find out that Trevor's brother Max stayed here. They also find a diary and notes of Max along with a lot of things, while outside Henna finds a bottle with Max written on it, after which she also finds Max's body. Then she goes and tells Trevor and Shoin, and after knowing this, both are very sad about Max's death. Max also wrote some things in the notes that were for Scene. Trevor read it to him, where Max wrote that I came here to make a wonderful discovery, but now I'm stuck here. According to my calculations, maybe I can't go out alone, and now I can't share my life with anyone, but I just had to live with my son and see him grow up. Today is my son's 3rd birthday. I just had to see him once. These were his dad's last words to Scene. After hearing which, Scene cries very emotionally now from Max's notes. They know that the temperature here can be up to 200 degrees anytime. Shoin meter says that the temperature here is 995 degrees. Trevor says when we got here, then the temperature was 82 degrees, that is, the temperature is constantly increasing and maybe within a day the temperature will reach 200 degrees. Henna then reads Max's notes, which say that according to Jules' book, they have to go through the north direction of the sea. after which there is a waterfall of hot water named Gager inside a cave moving from a river, which flows upside down, that is, they can reach the surface of the three meanings. Gradually, the temperature here also starts increasing, but before the temperature gets higher, these three make a boat and leave from here. To make the boat move faster, they use Max's parachute so that it came down here. Now their boats are moving very fast in the sea, but after going far ahead, suddenly the dangerous fish of the sea come and start attacking them. But they somehow escape from them and start moving forward. But within a short time, some very big creatures of the sea come to those fish. They start eating, then they turn their boat towards the north direction. Then the winds become so strong that the wood with which their parachute was tied starts to break. Seeing this, Scene grabs both the ropes of the parachute, but he cannot control them and flies away with the parachute before Trevor can catch him. After this, when Scene's eyes open, he is on the shore. Then a similar bird comes there, which he saw for the first time after coming here, showing the way to Scene. The mountain leads inside the cracks where he sees a lot of flying stones. The magnetic field here is completely different. Shoin understands that if the stones can fly here, then there will also be a river's flowing waterfall of hot water going forward. But to cross this place, he will have to cross a deep gorge, and the way to cross is only flying stones there. So he moves very carefully, and while saving his life, jumping from one stone to another, he crosses this place after much difficulty. On the other side, Trevor and Henna are shown who had reached the shore, and they were worried about Shoin. Henna says Don't worry, Shoin is a very smart boy and he knows our plan. He will reach the north direction anyway. While they are talking, Henna is attacked by a carnivorous plant and begins to strangle her with its twigs. But before he can kill Henna, Trevor begins to fight the plant's twigs and eventually uproots the plant. Shoin goes further and reaches a place where there are huge skeletons that look like dinosaurs. Then he hears the sound of a horse, so he gets scared and hides in the middle of a rock. Trevor and Henna, on the other hand, have reached the river beyond, which they will find a waterfall called the Geyser. They thought Scene would get here anyway, but he hadn't yet, so Trevor was going to go and find him. To this, Henna says that I will wait for you at the river. I think it will be around you. Go and find her and then kiss her with love, after which she starts moving towards Shoin. At the same time, Scene was afraid of hiding among the rocks, but the next moment he was attacked by a dinosaur, so he ran away screaming and escaped and hid among the stones. But before the dinosaur could eat him, Trevor reaches there and hears her voice and breaks the wall from behind and somehow takes her out. Then they see the same geyser in front of them and they start running in the same direction. The dinosaurs were behind them. And during this time, Trevor understands that the surface of the land on which they are running is very thin. So he asks Shoin to run to the other side and starts chasing the dinosaur. Now when the dinosaur is about to reach Trevor, the ground collapses from below and the dinosaur falls into the ditch. But Trevor somehow escapes by holding onto the rock. Then they move forward to the river where the water is constantly heating up. Now they need a boat to move forward. Then Henna brings the skeleton of a dinosaur's head as a boat. The three start moving ahead from there, but after going some distance, a lawn comes, due to which the boat starts moving fast uncontrolled. Then the water also ends there, and their boat falls down a deep gorge and gets stuck between the rocks. After this, they begin to see boiling lava below, which makes them afraid of what will happen. Now Trevor says we're late, and the geyser's over. In fact, the river's flow of hot water meant that when water fell into the lava released gas under great pressure upwards and into it. There is so much power that even the biggest thing goes out. But now the water will come here only after 2 to 3 hours. By then we will die of heat. Only then Henna sees that water is leaking from the wall. So they understand that there is a lot of water on that side of the wall. Trevor checks that the cracks in the wall also contain magnesium, which can be easily blasted. Trevor then asks for flares to be brought from the bag, and with great difficulty, somehow blasts those magnesium, which breaks the wall and causes a lot of water to come from there. The lava falls, and as soon as the water falls, a very high pressure steam is created there, due to which their boat starts moving very fast upwards, and the boat is so fast that in a short time they come out of the earth like a volcanic eruption. After this, after falling down from there, their boat starts moving very fast down a slope where there is a farmer's field, and the next moment they go to the same farmer's house and collide. The farmer is very sad to see the loss of his crops, and on these in Italian language. They start shouting, and from its language they understand that it has come out of the country of Italy. After this, Shoin takes out a diamond from his bag which he had brought from urban mine below and gives it to the farmer, who is very happy to see it and says that you can come and slide in my fields anytime. Now there are many more diamonds in the bag that Scene brought. That is, they have not only discovered a new world, but now they have become very rich. Here Henna and Trevor kiss each other and are very happy, because they fell in love with each other during this difficult journey. Now at the end of the story, we see that Trevor restarts his brother's lab, which was about to close due to lack of funding. Then when Shoin is going back home, Trevor gives him another book of his dad's called Lost City of Atlantis and tells him that if you are not going anywhere for Christmas vacation, we can go on another adventure journey. But here they see that Shoin saw the bird that showed him the way, also brought along, and with this scene the story ends here. Friends, hope you will like this story. I'll see you with another interesting story.